When it comes to cancer, it's a diagnosis no patient ever wants to hear. Pancreatic cancer is the third largest cancer killer in the U.S., but one Valley man has beaten the odds, and it could mean a breakthrough for future patients.
It's really kind of scary.
Researchers say most pancreatic cancer patients only have a 5-year survival rate. For Phil Zablinski, it's one he's determined to conquer forever.
I started having symptoms in April of 2014, but pancreatic cancer is so hard to diagnose that it literally took the doctors 6 weeks to figure out what it was that I had.
By the time doctors discovered the tumor in Phil's body, they had grown so large it ruled out possibilities of surgical removal. This can mean life or death for anyone with pancreatic cancer.
Once it actually starts to become evident and once it's diagnosed, people generally only live about 6 to 9 months after they're diagnosed with it.
Wife Kathy, a medical librarian, discovered a clinical trial at TGen, a nonprofit dedicated to conducting groundbreaking research with life-changing results.
From lab to clinic, on average, will take 10 to 14 years to have a drug that's approved by FDA.
Dr. Han is in charge of the basic research unit for pancreatic cancer at TGen. His research involves the identification of new treatments.
I believe Phil has the pancreatic ductal adenocarcinoma. And this is the most lethal form of pancreatic cancer, and that's the one that we research the most.
For Phil, this clinical trial was a ray of hope, and 6 months later, his cancer was nowhere to be found.
I think there's a lot of reasons for hope. When you get a diagnosis like pancreatic cancer, you start living for today. So it's definitely been transformative.
Morgan Wheeler, 12 News.
Veterans in this country, we took an oath to support and defend the Constitution of the United States.
In the spirit of that oath, 17 local veterans are heading to the bitter cold of Standing Rock, North Dakota, in hopes of calling attention to law enforcement's treatment of protesters.
We recognize this as a domestic enemy, so we are going up to support the tribe and defend the tribe against that domestic enemy.
The interest among veterans, they say, has been overwhelming. A Facebook group called for 500 veterans to join the cause. 2,000 are on their way.
I think a lot of people are going just because they recognize the issue with the pipeline itself. The abuses is my issue, right? We had a gentleman killed in Oregon that didn't need to happen.
As U.S. citizens watch how this will turn out, President-elect Donald Trump has millions of dollars worth of shares in oil. He spoke out saying he supports the pipeline. As he prepares to leave, this Navy veteran asks Americans for one thing.
Pray for us. It's a long trip, and it's a lot of us going, and it's cold up there, and just pray for us.
The veterans told 12 News that it'll take them 2 days to get to Standing Rock and plan to stay for the entire weekend. In the newsroom, Morgan Wheeler, 12 News.